You are the cash manager of your organization, and here are some of the tasks that you need to handle on a regular basis. You need to have a very good idea about the short-term and long-term surpluses and deficits on various currencies. You need to be able to meet the cash demands of your organization. You need to have a good idea about the currency exposure risks and take action to mitigate the same. Overall, you need to ensure enough liquidity for your organization and also take care of the financing activities. Your task is not made any easier by the system that you're currently using. The system does not provide you with the right insights that can easily be translated to action. Your planning and reporting processes are time-consuming, and you're unable to see the big picture at an instance of time because you basically need to pull out information from various sources to be able to get to your actionable items. With that context, we are going to talk about how the liquidity planning and forecasting using SAP S4HANA Finance can be the solution to your problems. Here is the process flow that we are going to look at. We start with how you can view the current cash position in the system, followed by viewing the 90-day liquidity forecast so that you can take action and address the midterm liquidity shortage that you might be facing. Next, we show you how you can create a treasury transaction in the system, and thereafter look at how you can create a long-term liquidity plan. We start with viewing the current cash position. Here is how the system is going to look like. SAP provides Fiori-based screens which are extremely user-friendly and are role-based. So essentially, when you log into the system, the tiles that you see here can be customized based on your specific role. In this case, you have logged in as the global cash manager and you would want to view the cash position in a specific currency, which in this case is Euro. When we click on the tile, the view that we look at is the cash position by bank country. So you see here that based on the specific countries for the banks which are relevant, the current cash position is displayed. This can be changed based on the parameter which you would want to select. So for example, here we have got options by bank, by company, etc. The next view shows the cash position by company. Thereafter, you might figure out that there is a deficit for a specific currency and you might decide on a specific transaction. For example, you might need to borrow some money, or if there is a surplus, you might want to invest the additional amount. Next, we look at how you can address the midterm liquidity shortage based on the information that would be available to you from the system. This time, we click on the tile for the 90 days liquidity forecast. The default view in this screen is the aggregated cash flow and balance. If you take a look at the graph which is there in the screen, you will find that there is a negative trend at a certain period of time. You might want to drill down further to check on what caused this negative trend. The options that are available to you are to check on the operation cash flow, the investment cash flow, or the financing cash flow. For example, there could be a scenario that the negative trend was caused by investments that were made at a certain period of time with the expectation of better returns in the future. Next, we go ahead and see how you could be creating a treasury transaction directly in the system based on the insights that were available to you. For example, if you find that there is a specific deficit of funds, you would want to borrow that amount, and you can create the transaction directly in the system. In this case, you're creating it for a specific company code specifying the transaction type for borrowing. The details are available in the next screen where you can specify the amount that you would borrow, the start and end term, and other associated details. This can directly now be saved in the system. The next thing that we are going to look at is how you can create a long-term liquidity plan in the system. You can do that using SAP Business Planning and Consolidation, and I will quickly take you through some of the steps. Here's the initial screen for creating the long-term forecast. You can start with using some of the reference data as is shown in the screen that you can see. The source for the reference data could be, for example, a previous cycle plan or last year actuals. You can select the specific reference data and then populate the liquidity forecast based on this reference data. Here, we initially populate the previous cycle plan in the system and then mention that the plan amount is going to be based on this previous cycle plan. So I essentially ask the system to autofill with reference data, adding a 5% on top of the values which are currently selected. Similarly, the other values can be selected and filled in, and then the plan can be saved in the system. Let's quickly summarize some of the benefits that you would get from the system. There would be significantly faster speed for planning and reporting, and all information would be available to you at the click of a button. All analysis and planning would be from a central cockpit, so you don't need to really look around for the data that you need. All in all, you would be able to maximize the returns and reduce your financial costs. If you need to know more about the solution which SAP provides, please feel free to reach out to me at the email address given here. Thank you for your time.